Namaste everyone, and welcome to Anchor to Light Meditation. So today we'll talk a little bit about mantras, okay? It's one of those things that people love to do. They chant this, they chant that, so that's good. So we talk a little bit about the importance of, number one, knowing what the heck you're doing, right? Again, if you're new to this channel, a lot of you came from UPW, with several thousand of you. We try to make sure that spirituality is not something we just blindly believe. We actually use this guy up here to understand what we're doing so that when we do it, there is certainty. Okay, certainty is very, very important because when you're chanting something, you go, yeah, I'm chanting something because it's supposed to give me more willpower. Kind of. Or, oh, I'm chanting something because it'll attract more prosperity or love or whatever. Kind of, because somebody told me. It might work for a lot of people, but a lot of you who are overachievers, doesn't work so well because, you're sharp up here. So when you're sharp, you go, yeah, but, I think that's what it means, but I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. Okay. So it's good that you understand what the heck you're doing. So we're going to take the time to understand it. Now, so mantras, there are many of them. We'll just focus a little bit on the most common ones that people know. And today we'll just talk about Om Namaha Shivaya Om. And to break it down, Om is a universal sound. We talked about that before. It's not Hindu. If some of you need a little bit convincing, think about it. What are the attributes of God? God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. What's your problem with Om? Okay? So this is like a vibration, a frequency. Namaha means salute. So you say namaste. Nama is to salute. So namaha is like an extended version of it. Okay, some of you from India, you go, I know that already. Okay, then I'm talking to somebody else. Okay, Shiva is the first person in the Hindu Trinity. However, you have to realize there are different levels of truth. Okay, and Om is like so be it, or just to kind of finish it off. There's a saying, if you want a mantra to be powerful, it's like a sandwich. You have the top bun, you have meat or vegetables, whatever it is, and you have the bottom bun. The top bun and the bottom bun is Om. Okay? So you'll notice that all Hindu mantras, it's Om, and then something, and then Om. All right? Now, I'm sharing this with you because to kind of give it bigger context, most people think that Hinduism is polytheistic, right? I thought that's what I thought until I met my teacher. So Hinduism is actually not polytheistic, as in many gods. Hinduism is actually monotheistic. Some of you like, shock. Actually, it is monotheistic. And see if I can find it in this book. This is quite interesting. This is my teacher's book, which is Inner Teachings of Hinduism Revealed. Okay? The key word is inner. So, to make it easier to understand, it's something like this. If you shine white light to a prism, it differentiates into 7 colors, right? We know that. That's what you call a rainbow. All those 7 colors have different properties, yet all of them come from the one white light. So just imagine that's how it works in Hinduism. There's one supreme God, para means supreme, God, Brahman. There's one para Brahman, and the energy differentiates with different frequencies. Just very similar to what a prism does. So I remember in this book, he has a page on the image of the supreme God. Ta-da! It's blank. I'm going, what the heck? I thought somebody forgot to print. And at the bottom it said, the universal supreme God, Para Brahman, is formless. From the Para Brahman comes universal God Shiva, universal God Vishnu, universal God Brahma. Okay, what's the point? For many of us, at least for me, maybe you're not, we get this fixation that God is a human being. A lot of times, especially in the Judeo-Christian tradition, you oftentimes see the Lord Jesus painted. Of course, there's no photographs. I know some of you say, oh, I channeled it, whatever. He's oftentimes painted as either blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever, right? These are all manufactured by human beings, okay? So, essentially, God is formless. Now, the question is, how come in many traditions you have images? The purpose of the image is something like this. Just to kind of put it in context, many years ago, I remember Master Cho was telling a story. Some of you have heard of course you have, Paramahansa Yogananda, the great yogi, the great teacher of Self-Realization Fellowship. His teacher is Sri Yukeshwar. His teacher is Lahiri Mahasaya. And then his teacher is Babaji. Of course, you go to India, Babaji, there's thousands of them. Babaji means respected father, okay? Anyway, so I remember my teacher saying, Lahiri Mahasaya was in a big congregation, and somebody asked him, should we worship God with form or without form? As in picture, no picture, statue, no statue. And there was a big argument, and I'll just give you the short version of it. Essentially, the answer is, it depends. It depends on you. For people who need a form, go ahead and have your form. Have a picture, have an image, have a statue. For people who don't need a form, you don't need a form. So it's not what's right and what's wrong. It depends on the development of the soul. Now, to put it in proper context, your crown chakra is the chakra of formlessness. That's why when you're meditating, once your crown is highly activated, you don't feel your butt or your bum in the chair, you don't see images, you don't whatever, you just feel like very still and quiet and nothing. Just like you talk to a yogi, to a monk, a Buddhist monk, what are you doing? I'm meditating on nothing. So what are you doing? Meditating on nothing. Well, there's nothing there. So you go back and forth, you go, but you see, your understanding of nothing and their understanding of nothing are completely different. Most of us, you talk to everyday people, nothing, there's nothing there. For the monk, yeah, there's no thing. It's devoid of mass. It's just pure energy. Oh, which is your true nature, your spiritual self, the soul. Make sense? So, when you're doing your meditation, when your crown chakra is very, very activated, you just sense a peace, a stillness, like you're floating in the middle of nowhere, and yet you're conscious. Okay? So, to put it all together, in Hinduism, there's one supreme God that differentiates different energies, different frequencies. Not very different than in the Catholic tradition, you have different saints. That's why you notice in Catholic tradition, you have the patron saint of this, the patron saint of travel, patron saint of businessman, patron saint of this and that. Just imagine you have universal spiritual energy from God, and it has specializations. Now, the interesting part is some of you from Greece, you might remember 3 years ago, 4 years ago, somewhere there, I was in a retreat for our Hatha Yoga retreat there, and I was given the task of talking about the Greek gods and goddesses. I go, oh, great, I know Hercules, I know Zeus with a thunderbolt, right? And then, of course, in order to sound like I know what the heck I'm talking about, I had to do some research. So I studied a little bit, and guess what I found out? All the gods and goddesses come from the Titans. The Titans, like, I hope I got their name right, Atlas, I think it's one of the Titans, Uranus, I don't know why Uranus is back there, but anyway, that's one of the names. And from there, all of them come from the void. And you ask me, what the heck is the void? Nothing. So even in Greek tradition, they understand God is formless. I mean, think about it. All these gods and goddesses, man, a lot of them need, no, I shouldn't say this disrespectfully, but let's just say a lot of them have attitude. Right? This guy fought with this guy. This one is, jealous of this guy. That's why this guy did this. And well, so these are different energies. Okay? Anyway, my point. So once you understand this, you get to realize, everything is energy. Exactly. So that's why you have 3-4 people doing the same meditation, and some person will see, I saw an image of an angel. I saw a saint. I saw this. I saw that. And you go, how could all of them be correct? They can. You know why? Because when the energy pours down their crown, the energy is formless. It is their brain and their chakras that manufacture an image that they understand. That's one of the reasons why some of you are religion hopping. You go from one religion, oh yeah, I feel so fulfilled. Then you go to then after you go, it's not doing anything for me anymore. Then you go to the next one. You go, oh yeah, I feel the fellowship. I feel this. I feel that. A few years later, yeah, it's not doing anything for me. Let me do this. At some point, you go, wait. God is everywhere. Why should I get stuck in the building? Why should I get stuck in the religion? Guess what happens? Then you shifted from religion to spirituality. Now listen, you don't get stuck there. once you realize that energy permeates everything, God permeates everything, then you go back to what you did all those years in those different religions and you get to see, oh, all of them contributed to who I am today. Make sense? Because now you understand the similarities between all these religions, and that's what you call spirituality. So Om Namah Shivaya Om, on one level, is I, the soul, salute Shiva. Okay? Now, as you go deeper, you understand that there are many levels of truth. Shiva is the first person in the Hindu Trinity, the destroyer and the restorer, willpower. Okay? Of course, Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, is love, the preserver. Brahma is intelligence. So let's focus a little bit on Lord Shiva.